So you want to become a day trader. Should you drop out of school, quit your 9-to-5 job, leave the rat race? How much do you need in order to live efficiently wherever you are around the world? Maybe you want to travel around the world. These are all great questions, and we are going to discuss them here in this video. This is the best video that you could have come across. I'm here living in Rio de Janeiro, coming to you from my penthouse suite. I've been here for about 3 months, and I would love to have this conversation with you out on my balcony where it looks beachfront, overlooks the water, but the wind's blowing a little bit, the kids are screaming outside, so I came inside, and this place is absolutely beautiful. So I came inside, I'll be showcasing you guys right now what it looks like and stuff like that. But I wanted to have this conversation with you. This is just two guys, maybe you're a girl, whatever. This is a heart-to-heart conversation where we're just going to be talking. And you know what? The best place that we can also have a discussion is in the comments below. So maybe if somebody else has experience or talked to other traders, share their opinion or their experience down below in the comment section, because I'm just one person, all right? But I am in a little bit of a situation, a different situation than most people. Okay, I help traders become profitable. I get loads, hundreds of messages on social media about these exact questions. Things that they're struggling with in their day trading. What makes a profitable trader versus a losing trader? How to quit the 9-to-5 job? Should I drop out of school? I get these questions asked all the time. So I'm just going to address it here because all these questions kind of revolve around one another. And I thought that we could have this heart-to-heart conversation. So if you're not interested in this, you've probably already clicked out. Now, if you're looking for a video that's just going to be like, this is how you quit your job, boom, 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 boom. You want to become a day trader? Okay, boom, boom, boom. Frankly, this is the YouTube algorithm, unfortunately. It's very short-minded people. The attention span nowadays with social media, it's just flipping, okay? So maybe you're in your car, maybe you're just on a big losing streak. You don't know if you can make this as a living. Maybe you come across this video because you've researched about day trading and you want to become profitable, or maybe you want to quit your job. Should you drop out of school? Maybe you're going to school for something that you don't even want to do. These are great questions and we're going to address them right here, okay? Now with me, I have a nice little bottle of champagne. I've just gone off and recorded like 3 videos. I've been here for about 3 months. I don't record any traveling videos until like 1 week. I gotta leave the country. So this is my last video before I get out of this country in 48 hours. So nice little bottle of champagne I can pop with you guys. Maybe you guys wanna crack a beer, maybe grab some tea, some coffee. Maybe you're driving and you're just listening to my voice. That's fantastic. This is going to be a great discussion. So this is the bottle that I'm drinking. Maybe you want to grab a beer. I don't know. It was given me by the host of this place that I'm staying at. He wanted to give me this. So shout out to him. I got a nice little glass right here. Pop the bottle and we can talk about this. I know we're about 3 minutes in, and that's great because I told you this isn't just going to be a boom, 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 boom. This is going to be an in-depth conversation, probably 20, 30 minutes or something like that. Probably 30 minutes because it's questions that I have all the time, and it's something that I was asking myself, and I asked my person who was teaching me how to trade and all that stuff. Okay, so it's great questions. There's a lot of information overload. I hear from people that have done it, gone back to their 9-to-5 job. I talk to people that quit their whole job altogether and live completely off of trading. People go back to their job, people go back to school, people open up second businesses. These are great questions, and this is a fantastic video. So let's pop this bottle and let's start this discussion, shall we? Oh, I'm watching college football on behind me. So you guys saw the view that I'm in. So hopefully I don't get distracted. That's why I wear sunglasses, because I'm looking here, I'm looking there. I'm looking everywhere. So this is a conversation with us. So let me quickly grab this bottle, pour me a glass. It's complete fizz, but that's okay. That's okay. That's good. All right. So salute. These are not your typical YouTube videos, huh? Salute. Cheers. Hey, let's cheers. If you're drinking coffee, whatever, let's cheers. It's a nice little heart-to-heart thing. Ding. Oh, that's lovely. That is lovely. In case you wanted to do some research on what this is, it is Saltão Brut. I don't know. Portuguese. I don't speak Portuguese. I've been living in South America, Central America, Mexico. I know Spanish. I can't read Portuguese. Set that up over there. Nice little bottle cap. Okay, so you want to become a day trader. Should you quit your 9-to-5 job, leave the rat race? What else do we have? Drop out of school. How much do you need in order to make a full-time living off of day trading, whether that's a first or second stream of income? This is all fantastic information, and it all revolves around itself. So it's all going to circle back one another. Maybe you're just here for quitting your 9-to-5. Trust me, you want the whole thing, because this is going to be an in-depth conversation. Let's talk. So let's talk about this. I mean, first off, I travel the world. So I get a lot of people saying, you're so lucky, I want to do it, which is great. That's why I got into trading, right? So people know about me. Now, a little bit about myself, because I was in the same situation that a lot of you guys are in right now, questioning, should you go to school? You're not too sure what you want to do with your life. Should I be day trading? Should I quit my 9-to-5 job? I've done all that. So about myself, I was coming out of high school. I was in grade 12, coming out of high school. I was playing some American football, and I wasn't too sure. And then my teacher came to me, my coach, and he was asking me like, hey, where do you want to go play? Like, what are you thinking about doing after school? And I said, you know what? I'm not too sure. I kind of have my eyes set on becoming a firefighter or something like that. Maybe a trades degree, like an electrician or a plumber, just as a backup plan, right? Trades is a great backup plan. So that was kind of my mindset. I wasn't too sure, but I want to go to school. I don't want to just sit at home and do nothing. I don't really know. He's like, great. If I can find you a school program that has that type of stuff and you can continue playing ball, what do you think about that? I said, I'm all in, no problem. That same day, I go to my PE class. It was PE football. It was a football program. Instead of taking regular PE class, which is like gym class, it would be like for the football players and stuff like that, right? So I get into that block later that day. He brings me the phone. We're in the weight room. He says, here's the coach of this certain team, and he wants to talk to you. And so I'm talking to him. He's like, hey, we would love to see you come up to spring camp, see what you got, and love to try out for the team. And so I thought, okay, why not? When is it? It's in like 3 days or something like that. It just turns out it's in 3 days. So I'm like, okay, screw it. So 3 days later, I'm up in the city like 5 hours away, going to the spring camp and stuff like that. I like the team, I like the program. The school was also offering like trades like plumber, electrician. You could go to a full-time university as well. I chose the trades route. So I was becoming an electrician and just playing ball, okay? Seasons were great. I played for 4 years, okay? And during that time, I was also becoming an electrician. Now, when I went to the electrician school, I did my first year in class. So I did class for like 3 months and like 3 months practicing wiring stuff and stuff like that. It's like their trades program there. And so after that, I didn't work the job until like the following year or 2 years later. I just didn't get a job. I tried getting a job. I just couldn't find a job. It was brutal. I was calling everybody up looking for jobs, calling everybody up. Electricians, hey, do you need an apprentice? Nothing. I applied out of state, out of province, everywhere. Nobody was hiring, okay? Continued playing football and stuff like that, but eventually I got a job and I said, okay, you know what, I'll take this job. I got day one on that job site, and anybody that works construction knows this. Oh my gosh. Like, when you get onto a job site, there's seasons. There's the winter season and then there's the summer season. And day one on that job site, I was screwing in outlets. You know how you plug in your phone for the charger? I was screwing in light bulbs, stuff like that. Very low level apprentice electrician stuff. I was doing that. 15 minutes into my job at like 7:30 in the morning, I'm like, heck no, I ain't doing this for the rest of my life. There is no way. I hated it. 15 minutes in, right? And so instantly from that point on, I was like, this is not the direction that I want to go with my life. I do not want to continue this at all. All right. And so that's when I started searching online. And anybody in construction knows, if you go to, you know what's the worst part is when you go to the porta potties and you go in the summertime, it's a steamy hot box, right? You go into the porta potties, people are taking dumps all day, piss, with like 100 dudes on the job site, 100 people, and they're just sharing the 2 to 3 porta potties, and it's a hot box. You go in there sweating, you just come out of there drenched, right? And it just smells like complete ass. Okay, and then when it's in the winter time, it's just freezing, like the degrees freeze. It's like below 0 in there, and it just reeks in there. It's just horrible. That, as well as your IQ on the job site, you're talking to some of these people, and you're like, these guys are idiots, man. But they're making good money. They're making good money, but they're just so stupid. Sorry to hate on, some of the people I know they're in construction. I get it, but you guys know what I'm talking to. Every person that I've talked to in construction 100% agrees with me. It's brutal. The porta potties during the summer, brutal. Early mornings, nighttime, daylight savings time, and it's just pitch black out, minus 10 degrees out, it's freezing. Oh, it's horrible. So 15 minutes into my job, I realized this was not for me, right? So that's when I started looking for ways of making money online, and I came across a bunch of different ideas, and I eventually stumbled upon people traveling the world making money online. So I started looking into that. I love travel, and I thought, hey, you know what? Maybe I could travel and work online. So I started doing more research on that, and I eventually came across trading the markets. Okay, unlimited upside for amount of money. You can work for yourself, travel around the world. I was like, great, this is definitely for me. And then from that moment on, I was fully immersed into day trading. All I wanted to do was to day trade, and it wasn't even that. I just want to make money online and potentially travel. Now, after so many years, I can say I'm doing that, right? Beautiful villa behind me. You guys have seen it. You guys see my travel videos, trading videos. I love it. It's absolutely amazing. This is the lifestyle I want. Work for myself, create a first, second stream of income. It's awesome. It's an amazing lifestyle that I think a lot of people desire. And I talk to people that are on short-term vacations, and they're like, you know what, man, you are living it. You are living your life. I can tell your smile on your face, the way that you have this communication with me. You love what you are doing, and you just want to travel the world. And I'm like, that's just what I want to do. I want to work online, work for myself, travel around the world. It's not necessarily about making millions and millions of dollars. It's about the lifestyle that I can provide for myself. Okay? It took me a couple years. The first $1,000 I made, I remember the first $1,000 I made, I booked a one-way trip, I think to Cuba, $1,000 in a day. I booked a trip to Cuba, all-inclusive vacation. Amazing. And then the same year, on the same date, I went back to that same resort. Santa Clara, I forget what the name was. I don't know. It was like one of my first YouTube videos I ever uploaded on this channel, Moneyball Austin, okay? So that's kind of my story, right? Went out of school, played football, went to school, job site, hated it, looked online, trading, struggled for 2 years, finally joined a mentorship program, learned everything that I could from him, implemented everything I could, started making money, right? Started traveling. That was the goal. Amazing. I don't take any regrets back. Okay, I have no regrets playing football, some of the best years of my life, and I think that's for a lot of people going through school. Okay, so let's quickly talk about this schooling, because I talked a bit about myself, but people like to know about the background of how I got into trading or whatever. Okay. Oh, this is lovely stuff. What are you guys drinking anything? If so, let me know in the comments below. Like I said, this is just a heart-to-heart conversation one way, but let me know in the comments below what you guys think, okay? So let's talk about going to school. Like I said, some of the best years of my life. The friendship that you build, playing ball with people, going to school, it's the best time of your life. You're young, you have no responsibilities, right? Money's easy in, money easy out, basically. Going to school with your friends, playing ball, just making friendships, drinking, partying. It's awesome. I love it. That's why I would always tell people, enjoy your youth. I'm still young, but don't think, oh, you just graduated, I gotta do this. Relax. By the time you leave high school and you get a degree, you're like 21, 22. You're still super young. I'm only 28 and I'm super young still, right? I talk to people that are 40 years old, just getting into this or doing this. They're like, man, you got it, man. You got it. Living by yourself, traveling the world, making money online. You got it. I'm living it, baby. I'm living it. So, should you drop out of school? That's a great question. Now, how I would approach this conversation is I get this question asked all the time from people. I'm thinking about going to school. I don't know what I want to do. Or, hey, I'm in my third year, second year, first year. I don't know if I want to continue this. Okay? What is my outlook on school? I have no problem on school. I might have mentioned it before. Maybe I cut it out of the video, but long story short, in America, school is a big problem is because the government issues student loans completely for free, whether you actually qualify them for or not. Like you want to go to any type of higher end university, which an average student can get into, it's $50,000 a year. It's insane. It's insanely expensive. Most places around the world, maximum $10,000, and that's living on campus, everything, schooling, $10,000. America, $50,000 a year. By the end of their 4 years, they're $150,000, $200,000 in debt. It's insane. And next thing you know, they got to go into a job and rat race themselves out of that $200,000, $150,000 of debt. It's a big problem, and that's a big problem with the government just issuing out free student loans to people. Oh, you want to go to school? Here's $50,000 to the school that you want to go to, and they're going to a school, not necessarily a school, but they're getting a degree that they don't even use or don't even need, or they don't even know if they need or want it. You know, so that's where I have a problem kind of with the American school system. A lot of other countries outside of the world, they pay you to go to school, or they pay for the school, or they make it cheap. That's how it should be. But when you issue out free student loans to everybody, especially in United States of America, the universities are just raising their rates every single year because the government is giving free student money out, student loans to anybody that wants to go to the school. So the schools see this and they're like, oh, let's just raise it. And they're making these insane profits. Okay. So let's get back on topic. Should you go to school? Well, I think that depends on what you want to go to school for. Now, if you come to me saying you want to become a doctor, okay, you need to go to school for that. I don't want to go to the walk-in clinic or a hospital and you don't have a medical degree in that field of expertise. There's no chance that I'm going to that hospital. Okay? So something like that, you need 8 years of university, but you get paid extremely well. Once again, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with these jobs or anything, right? But if you want that type of job work, you need to go to school. Same thing, if you want to become a plumber, if I'm going to hire a plumber here in this villa or an electrician, I'm not going to hire a plumber or an electrician to do the plumbing or the electrical work here. That's something you need to go to trade school for, okay? If you want to become an engineer and build buildings and bridges, that's something you need to go to school for, okay? But if you're going to school for $20,000 a year to become some therapist or communications expert, I think that's delusional. That's crazy. All right, that's where I start thinking, like, if you're just going to school just to go to school and you have no plans on using that university degree or education, that's where I have a problem. Okay, so if you're going to school and you don't want to do it, you want to open up a business, well, you don't need to have a business degree to open up a business. I don't have a business degree. A lot of people don't have business degrees. Now, if you wanted to become like a CEO of a Fortune 500 company, yeah, you do really need, unless it's a startup that you build up to a Fortune 500, a top company. Okay, but if you want to take over as a CEO in some big company, you do need a degree, okay? You don't need to, but 99% of the people are not going to look at you unless you have it. But you want to start a business, that's great, okay? A lot of hard work is required to actually start a business. Most people are going to fail, just like trading in general. Most people are going to drop out of school, or not drop out of school, open up a business, quit it, open up another business, quit it, open up another business, quit it. They struggle, they're looking for the next shiny object. Same thing in trading, the next shiny indicator, next shining EA strategy. It's the same thing, okay? But anybody that takes it serious, puts in the work, willing to learn, surrounds himself around like-minded people that want to get better in life, all right, you're probably going to do well in life, all right? Or whatever type of thing that you're going to school for, or whatever thing that you're trying to accomplish. So about school, if you are going to school just for random reasons, I don't recommend it. There's nothing wrong with a degree. It's very powerful. But if you're just going to school for just the kicks and giggles of it to rack up $50,000 in debt and you have no plans on using that degree, then I think that's a problem and you need to reevaluate what you're doing in life for that, okay? You're still going to love it. The friendships, what you build, the experiences, amazing. But it's not something that I personally recommend doing, especially in USA where you're racking up $50,000 a year for something that you're not going to use, okay? You can become millionaires just by running your own business, okay? Opening up a business, whatever. You don't need a degree, okay? So that's my put. If you are going to school and you want to do something in life that requires it, like I said, I don't know all the options, right? But if you want to become engineer, electrician, plumber, doctor, or whatever, then great. You probably need those things. I don't want to go see those people, those professionals in their craft, without having a proper education, right? You want to become some psychologist, you could open up a business psychologist. I would be the best business psychologist. I listen to people's problems all the time, all right? All the time. I would be great at this stuff. You don't need a business license. You could just open up a YouTube channel, sell it for $100, $200 for a phone call. You really don't. There's a lot of things you don't need a degree for, but if you open up a business and you stick to it, you will do well in life if you put your mind to it, just like anything in life, right? You put your mind to it, you work hard, you're going to accomplish a lot of things, okay? So I think that wraps up my conversations about school. If you just flip to this random part, then I recommend going back 10 minutes because that was a great conversation, and that's exactly the conversation that I would tell people thinking about dropping out of school or should they go to school. There's nothing wrong with taking a leap year. I might get into this later. Nothing wrong with getting into a leap year and taking a year off to travel or whatever, right? Traveling is, in my opinion, the best thing anybody can do, especially at a young age. You don't have a girlfriend, you don't have wife, kids, you don't have liabilities, house, you have nothing. You just have $2,000 to your name. You can go live off that for 2-3 months in any other country, in a second or third world country. Talk to people living in hostels. You get to know them. Living in those hostels, what they're doing, that's a great thing. You live in hostels, I've done it. I still do it from time to time just to ground myself, talk to people, but I don't share them what I do. I just say I'm backpacking or traveling and I'm only in the city for like 3 days, but I'm like living here. Just for the kicks and giggles. But you hear them, they're starting up startup companies, they have dreams of working online. It doesn't have to be day trading in general, it could just be a general business working in AI, freelance writing. There's so much stuff that you can do to work online, and it doesn't have to be trading, okay? It doesn't have to be trading. So that wraps up my conversation about school. Next, let's talk about quitting your 9-to-5 job. This is really good stuff. This is going to be a lot longer video, but it's money. Send it to one of your friends. This is a great discussion. If you guys have any follow-up questions, you guys can always reach out to me. Let me know in the comments below. Share your experiences, your questions. You can reach out to me on social media at MoneyballAustin, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ask questions about trading, life in general. I'm great. I'm great for that type of stuff. I appreciate a like so far. Like, subscribe, traveling and trading around the world, right? This is a conversation about quitting 9-to-5, how much you need, dropping out of school. So we covered dropping out of school. Next, let's talk about the 9-to-5. Nothing wrong with 9-to-5 jobs. There's nothing wrong. I think people look at it, a lot of people look at it nowadays, especially with people making money online. Oh, you got a job. Ooh, that's bad. There's nothing wrong with a 9-to-5 job. There's absolutely nothing. But the question is, do you actually enjoy what you're doing? All right. Now, this is a completely other topic, right? Some people will say, who cares if you enjoy it or not? If it's making money, that's all you should care about. Valid. That is a valid point. All right. But I choose to enjoy what I do. Now, there's pros and cons to what I do. There's certain things that I can't stand. Like I make a topic on something or I keep saying the same things again and again, and then people make the same mistakes again. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? And it drives me crazy. Anyways, what are we talking about? 9 to 5. So like I said, nothing wrong with the 9 to 5 job. Nothing wrong. Okay. Now, if you want to make trading a full-time gig, we're going to go back to the start of this, how I was sharing with you guys. I got out of school, from high school. I went and played football. I was doing trades, working the electrician job and stuff like that, and continuing to go back to play football. That was great. How much do you need to quit your job, and should you do it? So like after 6 months of me making money with trading, there was a certain point that I came to realize, and I talked to my mentor about this, and because I came to him with this question. I'm like, hey man, you know what? I've been doing really well for 6 months. I'm just really bored and I don't know what I'm doing. It's like not a midlife crisis, but it's like people going to school like, I don't know if I want to do this, right? It was like me saying like, I'm doing well in my trading, but I don't know what I'm doing with the rest of my 12 hours of the day. I was profitable for 6 months, making good money, but I'm looking at the market. Eventually, as a trader, you learn how much time you actually need to look at the markets, right? But then what are you doing for the rest of the day? After the first 2-3 hours, I was done. During that time, I was done looking at the markets. I don't look at the markets after the first 2-3 hours, okay? When I was just strictly trading. After the first 2 hours, I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Going to the gym, coming back, nothing. And so after 6 months, I was like, what am I doing, man? Right? And so I'm calling up my mentor. I'm like, hey man, like I've been doing well for 6 months. I'm really bored. Like I got my routine down. I know when I need to look at the charts. I know what I'm doing. I'm just so bored, right? Which it sounds like a lot of people would love to have that problem, but after a certain amount of time, you become extremely bored with what you're doing. All right. It's like if you were just retired. I don't ever want to retire in life. People get really bored after, I don't know about some people, but you know, maybe you work a whole job your entire life and you want to enjoy 5 years or whatever for the remainder of your life, whatever. Okay. But I was really bored and I was like, I'm just like waiting to die at this point. I make money. I know what the times I have to look at the market, but what am I doing? What am I doing for the last 12 hours of the day? And he's like, this is so good that you came to me. He told me this is a wonderful conversation that I'm having with you, because after some point in a trading career, you're going to learn how to manage your time, when to look at the charts, what to do. But what are you going to do once you master the craft? What are you going to do with the remainder of the time? All right. And I could only handle so much of that, right? Some people will say they want to fish for a living. I love fishing with my little bottle and a reel. You guys know that I travel the world with that little hand line and I throw it out. I got the Rio de Janeiro. I was doing that every day for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, 10 days, I was like, I'm done. I'm like, I don't want to fish for another month. I don't want to do this anymore for a while. Stuff gets really boring after a certain amount of time, okay? Whether you're retired or doing something, right? You learn the routine, you learn the times. It got really boring to me. And so I came to him and asked him, like, I'm really bored. I know the routine. I got to look at the markets during this time. I got to do this. I just don't know what I'm doing for the last 12 hours. I just don't feel like I'm contributing to life very much. I'm not doing much. And he's like, you need to fulfill your time with something that you actually want to build in life and do, right? You're single. You're not building a relationship with a girlfriend or wife and kids, right? You have this one stream of income. You know when to look at the markets. You're doing well with that, but you need to fill these other 12 hours up, okay? And that's great. You need to find something. Open up a second business. This is why a lot of people will open up a second business when they get into trading. Open up a second business, right? Go back to a job. A lot of people that I see, they quit for 6 months or a year. They go back to a job because they're so bored with their time, because they learn how to manage their time. Right? So he told me, you got to learn how to manage. You got to figure out something to fill that time slot. Open up a second business, do something, get a job or whatever. And so I chose to obviously open up a second business. And that's when I started doing Moneyball Trading Program, where I'm helping traders now create a first or second stream of income, teaching them how to trade. It's not like I'm opening up a second business where I'm doing waste management, right? Okay, I have a skill of day trading. How can I monetize that, or how can I open up a second business that's related to that business, right? It's the same thing with many other jobs or careers out there. How can you monetize or keep yourself in that same realm of a business without doing too much work, basically? All right, and so that's what I did, okay? And that's great. Now it fills up most of my time, and that's what I do. Trade, teach other people how to trade with the Moneyball Trading Program. So back to this conversation about quitting your 9 to 5, and we're going to tie this next conversation into how much you need. We're going to talk more about that later, but quit your 9 to 5. Like I said, after you learn how to do this stuff after a certain amount of time, you are going to learn it's extremely boring. Okay, so that's why I've met a lot of traders that get a second job or open up a second business after a certain amount of time, because they learn how to manage their time, they learn what they got to do in life, and that's what they start doing. Okay, trading's great. Some people will do it as a first stream or second stream of income. Like, people will do it as a main stream of income. They just want a job just to secure themselves, right? But I understand some people are just getting into trading because they want more time. They want to spend more time with their kids or whatever, but eventually you'll learn that once you learn how to manage your time, you get extremely bored, all right? So that's why I say they go back to a 9 to 5 job that they really like. They might take a pay cut, or they'll continue doing what they're doing, or they open up a second business, right? That's what I recommend. To strictly live off of your first stream of income of day trading is extremely stressful, because you have 1 month really profitable, great, 2 months, great. What happens if you lose a month or 2 months in a row? Now you're down $5,000 in your trading account, and you got monthly expenses up to $5,000. So now you're down $10,000. And now just for you to get break even back in your trading account, you have to make $5,000 or $10,000. And so that takes you a month or 2 months to get back. But for those months or 2 months that you're getting back, you have to now spend an extra $4,000, $5,000 on your monthly expenses. So it can become very stressful for somebody working a 9 to 5 job, or like strictly living off of your trading income. You see what I mean? So 9 to 5 jobs, nothing wrong with it. We all need it. If you want to do day trading, or just not even day trading, make money online as a side business, that's great. Lots of people do it. There's many businesses out there that you can create a first or second stream of income. I chose day trading. If you guys need help, I have no problem helping you guys out there. I'm doing it. I'm helping other traders do it, right? I've seen the transition that people drop out of school, make money. I've seen the transition that people quit their job and make money, right? And then they go back to working a job, or they open up a second business, or they go to a job that they really like. I think life is too short to do a job. Life is too short to do a job that you don't enjoy doing, right? So we could talk about retirement and stuff like that. I'm in no role to talk about retirement. I'm 28, so you probably shouldn't talk about me retiring. But you should enjoy something that you're doing in life, that you're making a first or second stream of income, okay? Now, should you quit your 9 to 5 job, you got a family and all that, it's doable. It's doable. But I notice a lot of people will go back to that job after some point in time. And I don't think that you should do that until you at least 2 times the income of what you make on your current job. So if you make $5,000 a month off of your job, I don't think you should quit your job until you are making $8,000 to $10,000 monthly off of day trading. And you can easily do that in a year. Yes, you 100% can. All right, you can. All right, it's a fantastic job, day trading, endless opportunities, create first, second stream of income, travel the world. It is 100% real, 100% real. Okay, but I don't recommend strictly going off that, because of the reasons, like I said. You have a bad month or 2 months, maybe something happens with your broker, you lose that income for 1 to 2 months while you got expenses on the other end still coming in monthly. You get yourself into a serious hole. and you got a family to feed, maybe you have a family to feed, and your number one priority needs to be putting food on the plate for that family, okay? So hopefully I answered those questions so far about should you drop out of school, quitting your 9-to-5 job. Nothing wrong with jobs, nothing wrong. They're fantastic. Have a good job, first have a main stream of income from day trading or second stream of income. Nothing wrong with a second stream, right? But if you get to a point where you're making decent enough money, get a job that you at least enjoy doing. That's my point. That's my opinion, okay? So let's talk about how much you need to travel the world, or not even that. How much you need to travel the world, but to make a first or second stream of income, a first stream of income. That's a great topic. Okay, let's talk about it. How much you need. This is a great video so far. So I appreciate if you guys like the video, subscribe. If you guys have any questions, like I said, let me know in the comments below. Your experiences, your stories, I will respond. I respond to every message, to every follow, to every comment, on everything. It's me. It's not nobody. It's not some random guy in the Philippines. Every email is me, okay? I want to build that relationship with you guys. I want you guys to know that you're not just another number. I care about you guys. I do. But if you don't take action, I can't take action. Okay? So, how much do you need to travel the world or make a first stream of income? Now, obviously, this is going to depend on where you are located around the world, okay? People in these second and third world countries, India, El Salvador, Brazil, Mexico, Eastern European countries, the second and third world countries, you don't need a lot. The average income in those countries are anywhere from like $500 to $1,000 a month, okay? Now, you shouldn't be traveling the world or be happy with making that amount of money. There's nothing wrong with it, but you shouldn't be traveling the world with making a $500 or $1,000, because the way that I look at it, when people ask me, I want to travel the world, how much do I need? This is my answer, and I get it from one of my guys that I follow on YouTube. It's a YouTube channel called Overstay Road. He travels the world. He's in the Philippines right now. And he calls it the 1, 2, 3 method, okay? This does not apply to Canada, USA, or first world countries in Europe. This rule does not really apply to those countries. It's applying to if you live outside of these countries, because he travels and lives abroad, right? So your money goes a lot further, okay? So the 1, 2, 3 method, it's going up with inflation, not gonna lie, but it's still 1, 2, 3, because the average income for these countries, second and third world, are $500 to $1,000, okay? So the 1, 2, 3 method is number one. If you wanna live abroad, travel the world, and just live somewhere, $1,000 will get you the bare minimum. You'll live better than the average local, but you're just going to live in not the nicest place. You're not going to be living in some villa. You're going to just have a roof over your head, a nice small little place, and you're going to be eating the same 1 to 2, maybe 3 meals a day. You aren't going to be drinking or anything too crazy or anything like that. Okay, so that's $1,000 a month. You could live. I could easily live off of $1,000 living in Mexico or these other places, but I don't want to live that lifestyle. I don't travel the world or live in Canada or America to live off of $1,000, right? You should always want to provide for your family or for you the best that you can, okay? So $1,000 for the bare minimum, house over your head. You want to eat the same 1 to 2 meals a day. That's great. Now, if you want to live in a little bit in a better place, you want to eat better and drink. Okay, you need, live better, eat better, and drink some. Then you need $2,000 a month. Okay, you want to live in a respectable, a good place. A lot of my places, I only spend $750 American a month. Like the places that you see is mostly $750. All right, so I spend that on a month for my rent. You want to live like a good lifestyle, you need $3,000 a month, and that's going to get you a nice place, a very nice place, like better than 99% of the places that you're living in America or Canada or Europe. $3,000 for a nice place. You want to eat very nicely, and you want to drink, party, you need $3,000. Okay? Now that's going up with inflation. Now you want to live in baller places like this, like a villa, eat super nice places, all that, you know, you're probably gonna need $4,000 to $5,000. Like this place behind me, I worked out a deal with him for 1 month. You said it will be $3,000 American for 1 month. I go to another place, 1,200 Canadian. I'll maybe show a picture right now of what that place would look like. Beachfront, gorgeous place. 1,500, 1,300 Canadian. That's $1,000 American. A beachfront property. This is how much your money can go in other countries, right? I think a lot of people think like, oh, you need money to travel. No, you do not need money to travel at all. It's cheap, especially when you live in these second and third world countries. Your money goes a lot further in these countries, okay? Your money goes a lot further in these countries. And so your rent back home, let's say in California, you're paying Canada. I talk to a lot of Canadian. You know, they're saying, my friend, he's spending $2,000 a rent on a 1-bedroom place in Canada. No, it's a good location, but it's $2,000. I'm like, dude, I'm FaceTiming him. I'm like, dude, check out this place. I'm paying $800 Canadian for this place. He's like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, dude, this is insane, right? It's so much cheaper to live abroad. And that's why I like personally making money online and traveling. Make your money from the first world countries, Canada, America, Western Europe, right? And spend your money in other countries, right? Because my if $3,000 is what I have, is not going to go very far in Canada. It's not going very far at all. You're going to live a very minimalistic, I don't know, drinking champagne, minimalist, you guys know what I mean. Too much champagne. The lifestyle is going to be quite small for living in those countries. So you really don't need that much money to actually live in these second or third world countries. Now, you might be asking, I want to live in Canada or America. How much do I need? Well, like I said, how much are you living off of now? What's your lifestyle? Okay? All my travel videos, every travel video I show you guys the tour of my place and how much. I do it to showcase to you guys how much it is to travel. That's what I liked, watching people travel. I'm like, how much is that? How much is that? That's why I do it. I don't do it to boast you guys, to say, look at me, I'm living off of $20 a night. I don't do that for me. I do it for you guys to maybe spark somebody's interest to say, I want to travel the world, because that's what I wanted to do. And so that's what I like sharing. There's a lot of videos I don't like uploading, but I know I have to upload because I'm a trader. I have to upload them. But I want to upload travel videos. But the problem is when you upload travel videos, you have the trading, you have the traders, and you have the travel. There's people that don't want to watch the travel portion, right? And there's people that want to watch the travel portion that don't want to watch the trading portion, right? So there's a very fine line of that lifestyle videos that I have to bring to people. So, 1 second. Oh, this is fantastic stuff. This is really good stuff too. Oh my God. In our Wednesday meetings, we have Wednesday meetings and Sunday meetings. I can't drink anymore. I was gonna go to the bar and grab more drinks. I can't do that because I got a meeting every Sunday that we have a meeting in our private group of traders. Oh. Where we go over the weekly prep list, going over the markets, and then the Wednesday meetings are, we look at everybody's trade reviews and we talk about what's good, what's bad, right? What I like about your trade setup, based off of my experience in every one-on-one that I do, these are the things that a profitable trade has, and I don't like what you did here because of this reason. And so these are our Sunday meetings and our Wednesday meetings. And I have a Sunday meeting in about 3 hours. So I can't get too liquored up. Yeah, you can see the shade coming in behind me. And this video is probably 50 minutes long, almost an hour. And to be honest, I'm trying to think about anything else. Quit the 9-to-5 job. We talked about that. How much you need in order to travel or create a first stream of income. We talked about that. Dropping out of school. We talked about that. This is a fantastic video that I would recommend you guys sharing to your friends that are considering these options. And maybe you're looking into trading or making money online. To say, if you guys are interested in day trading and making a first or second stream of income. And so what I try to do with the Moneyball trading program is turn struggling traders or brand new traders into profitable traders in 90 days or less with the full guided mentorship, everything. All right, that is the whole goal. I'm not here to preach and say, you need this, you need this. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm living the lifestyle. I've helped many traders do it. And so anybody that's serious about it, I would strongly recommend you guys checking it out. Everything will be in the description below, and that's also where you can join the Moneyball trading program. So we talked about a lot. Quit the 9-to-5 job, drop out of school, how much you need to travel or make a first stream of income. This was a fantastic video. Maybe you just arrived back at your home. Maybe you're sitting in your driveway. Maybe you're coming off of a losing streak. Maybe you're chilling at home on a weekday or weekend with myself, drinking a cold beer, drinking a coffee, drinking tea, drinking water. I'm really happy that you guys stayed through this whole thing. I really appreciate this. The YouTube algorithm out there is brutal. I'm telling you guys, it's so rapid fire, boom, 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 boom. Retention span and stuff like that, crazy. Just here to give you guys a beer to beer, bro to bro conversation, sitting on the balcony here in Rio de Janeiro. I appreciate if you guys like the video, subscribe. That's one thing I really appreciate. Just like the video, share it to one of your friends that are thinking about this, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. We'll have our last cheers, and we'll see you guys later, okay? So cheers, and we'll see you in the next one.